Stadium in Miami, Florida. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago. The Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Welcome again, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and yes, the rain is falling now, and it is supposed to continue to fall throughout this game. So how do you think that will impact this contest?
Well, first and foremost, both quarterbacks are going to make sure the officials have those dry footballs coming in each and every play and standing over them sometimes with a towel before the center gets up there to snap it. Second thing is the focus of all the guys who handle the football. Do they wear gloves? Do they take them off? Will they carry the ball high and tight to make sure they have good ball security? That's paramount in a game like this.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The Dolphins now taking the field, led by the 5th overall pick back in April out of Alabama. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
And I'm not sure what the proper term is, whether things just actually worked out. The universe spoke serendipity, but you remember all through 2019, everyone was talking about Tua Tagovailoa going to the Dolphins in the draft. And many thought that was lost when the Dolphins actually won a few games at the end of the season. But Tua still went to them at number 5, and he has fit in perfectly. Exactly what they've been looking for at the quarterback position.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Tua. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Tagovailoa working out of the gun toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Tua. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Tua sets up to pass it. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
And blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. From the gun, it's Tua, and that is incomplete. On fourth down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Alex Erickson deep for Cincinnati. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Bengal offense set to go and leading them out. The #1 overall pick back in April out of LSU, Joe Burrow.
When you read off Joe Burrow's numbers his last year at LSU, they almost don't even seem correct. I mean, 76% of his passes complete. That's the second best all-time at the collegiate level. End up throwing 60 touchdown passes, accounted for 65 touchdowns, and only threw 6 interceptions and won a national championship. Joe Burrow is not just a terrific player. He has that it factor as well, and that's what they're counting on in Cincinnati.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A Fort Lauderdale native back near home, Giovanni Bernard. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
19-yard line.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
And the Bengals.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time, they get it to him the more conventional way. And it's much more successful as well.
They snapped that at 1. Now it's Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. It's a jet sweep. They get it to Green. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
The tackle made by.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
Still third down.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Buying time to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. And now they will throw it with Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 more there and another first down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Eluding the pressure right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
We're scoreless after 1.
Quarter with no score.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
At the 6-yard
Nice
line.
catch there by A.J. Green, and at the beginning of his career, a perennial Pro Bowl receiver. Been dinged up a little bit the last 2 years, but now he gets a fresh start. Without his friend and quarterback, Andy Dalton, his leadership will be key.
First and goal from the 6. Bernard getting the handoff from Burrow. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Brought down at the 2-yard
Defensively,
line.
they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising, but they wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Mason Schreck there to make the grab as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charles. You're on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback, the team usually says, okay, we got to take care of this guy. We got to protect him. But when he goes out and plays like this on the first drive on the road, he doesn't have to say, I'm here to be your leader. They just need to follow him.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown.
Now
Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard.
Miami's offense working their way back out here. And these Dolphins, CD, got a win week 3, their first of the season up in Jacksonville, 31-13. And the calls for Tua definitely silenced after the performance of Ryan Fitzpatrick in weeks 2 and 3. But in week 3, good throwing the ball, 18-20, 160 yards, couple of touchdowns. But really what caught a lot of people's eye was he was really good running the football.
How old is he? 37?
Yeah, in theory.
He was moving around like he was 27, right? I mean, it was great. Watching him move, watching him have fun playing. What did he say after the game? I'm the luckiest guy in the world playing football, still doing it. And it certainly showed. 37 yards rushing, ran for a touchdown. How about that big run in the middle of the field where he took a couple of big shots and jumped up for some more? This guy is having a blast. They are home against Seattle in week 4, and then at San Francisco and Denver. They've got a tough road coming up, but Ryan Fitzpatrick, he's having a blast.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Me and you all day.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa looking middle, and it's incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, CD, we are 3 weeks into the NFL season, so curious to get maybe your biggest surprise so far. Would it be the Bears at 3-0?
Yeah, I think that's a great candidate for that big surprise team. I think you're right about that, partner, because, look, Green Bay, are we overly shocked? Seattle, overly shocked? No and no. Buffalo, I thought they'd be the AFC East front-runners anyway. Pittsburgh, they got Big Ben back, and they've got that great defense. But Chicago, so inconsistent on offense, especially in 2 of the first 3 games of the season. Nick Foles took over in their big win in Atlanta, and he'll probably carry them the rest of the way.
Has 7 remaining unbeatens in the NFL after 3 weeks of the regular season. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They run with Breida. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On first down, here's Breida. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a first down.
When I see Mike Gesicki make a catch, I'm reminded of his athletic ability and go back to the time we were leading up to the draft and showing his career highlights, including high school volleyball, where he appeared he was almost jumping over the net. I expect him to continue to grow in 2020, start to make progress in 2019. 5 touchdown catches and 570 total yards.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Tua going to throw. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki there to make the grab. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here's Carter now on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
Well, CD, the Cincinnati Bengals, as they come back out here, they managed to sneak out of Philly with a tie in Week 3, the only AFC North team without a win so far this season at 0-2-1. But they put a lot on the shoulders of their young quarterback, Joe Burrow. Most completions in the first 3 games of a career in NFL history. How about that?
Yeah, and this is a young man that we thought was composed. We thought carried himself with confidence. We thought would be a pretty decent ball player. I think he's exceeded all those expectations as the #1 pick in the draft. They do get Jacksonville next. They head there. Jacksonville's 1-2. They could find their first win in that one. Then they host one of the best teams in the league, the Baltimore Ravens. But all in all, I look at this Bengals team, and to me, partner, they've been a tough out this year. They should have won the game against the Chargers when Randy Bullock, their field goal kicker, missed a chip shot. You know, they had a chance then. A.J. Green had the penalty in the end zone, which would have been a touchdown and maybe would have won it there. The Cleveland game, they played them tough as well. really had a chance against Philadelphia. They're tough out, even though their record doesn't reflect it.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, Charles, a little bit ago, we talked about the 3-0 teams. How about we flip the script to look at the 0-3 teams? There are 6 of them: the Jets, Texans, Broncos, the Giants, the Vikings, and the Falcons. And then 2 others, by the way, Bengals and Eagles, winless at 0-2-1 after their tie. But I'm curious, any of those, do you think that they still have a chance of playing football in January?
Well, the short answer and the easy answer should be no, right? With this kind of a start, they should be pretty well dead and buried. But I'm going to focus in on the Houston Texans because they've done it before. We've seen it, right? One year they started 1-2, won their division. One year they started 0-3, finished 11-5, and won the AFC South. So they have a history of slow starts, but they know how to turn things around. And when Deshaun Watson's playing quarterback, anything can happen.
John Ross, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now they go play action now. Burrow. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Still 2nd down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To the air again, Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because that incompletion's on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
But the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
18-yard line.
Miami set to take over. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Looking to pass. Tua. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
For a Miami Dolphins.
Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Open man, it's Preston Williams. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He was looking for Matt Breida out of the backfield, and that'll bring up second down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Tua now on first down. Well, this is caught by Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead.
The score, Dolphins 10, Bengals 7.
So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Man, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. The return man, Wilson. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half from our quarterback. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game, as we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half.
Jason Sanders to
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Now it's Wilson. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Mixon will get it to start the second half. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
And a good pickup there by Mixon, and that shows the talent that he has. Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, 4th in the NFL in 2018, 9th last year. But I look for those numbers to jump back up again with the introduction of new talent in Cincinnati.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43. 2 catches in the first half, now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. It's a jet sweep. They get it to Green. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A draw play, Bernard. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Joe Mixon, the ball carrier.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's complete. Bernard. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Complete to Gio.
A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Drew Sample, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. go back to the ground now with Mixon. And they'll get him down right around the 16.
On the carry.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Now it's Burrow. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
So on 4th down, Burrow will give way to Randy Bullock for the Bengals field goal. And Bullock will put this one through, and that will knot us up at 10.
At 10.
So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Randy Bullock taking.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Jakeem Grant on the return. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10. At their
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Breida. Tackle made there by Josh Bynes.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, but now it'll be 3rd down. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Erickson now to return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. They will throw on first down with Burrow. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's second down.
As we do every week, we like to look ahead to what's coming up week 4 in the NFL. And no shortage of good matchups again. I'm going to start, Charles, with one that is not really an intriguing matchup because they're two good teams. Two 0-3 teams, Denver and the Jets. Vic Fangio and Adam Gase, those coaches.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a third and long after that sack we just saw.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Going deep downfield for Ross. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Oh, they hate that. Wipes out the big play.
And I know this is the NFL, so they would probably fine you for this type of a penalty. But when I was in college, you used to have to do up-downs for the number of yards that you cost a team in a big play.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. .37 yards on the punt with no return, and it'll be Dolphin football.
Take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 2 and now on first down. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Miami. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. So now they'll come up on second and 10, once again from the 28. From the gun, it's Tua. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the game there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Right at midfield.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Tua going to hand this one to Breida. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 44. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Run there by Matt Breida, and he spent the early part of his career in San Francisco sharing the backfield and sharing the ball. What you really want with him, open space and make sure he's touching it, because he can take it from 0 to the end zone in a very short amount of time.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
And that's something that he does consistently. Puts quarterbacks on the ground. And Carlos Dunlap, maybe not a household name around the NFL, but everyone knows he comes to play each and every year. He hasn't had less than 7.5 sacks since 2012, had 9 in 2019.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. From midfield, here's Tua. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at the 45. He'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Mixon with a first down carry. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Once again, they run with Mixon. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Jerome Baker.
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. A handoff to Mixon. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They run the counter. Bernard. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. They'll run again with Bernard. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball in the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And his kick is good. Despite the rainstorm, a good snap, a good hold, and the kick went through. And the Bengals are going to get out of here with a W.
Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.